Beyblade Burst is one of the best Beyblade gimmicks Beyblade has made. And I think I know how they could expand the burst finish. So, I made up my own gimmick in my head when I was littler, when I first saw the show. And I imagined the middle pieces could split apart, the drivers could fall apart, and the discs could split in half. Making it like, I don't know what they could call it. I guess they could call it an explosion finish, but it would be real cool. And if they make it that way for the newest 4th gen Beyblade, it would be real amazing. And so I'm kind of thinking this idea might work because I made a prediction for Pokemon that there would be a way for you to switch that Pokemon's type. And they just made terrestrializing, which is going to be in the final Pokemon game. So I don't know if it's going to be the final one, but I think it will be. Anyway, and it proves that I might be, and it gives me hope that my idea for this burst type of base might actually exist one day. And then another idea is to fuse Metal Fight and Burst, which is something Spin Tops did. If they did that, they might make the layers a little bit smaller and the walls a little more stable so you don't have as many injuries. But I really think it would be real cool. There would be a lot of good things to come from that. And then, if they made a bay where you flip the chip, but not the energy layer, and it's in left spin or right spin mode, that would also be cool too, for the dual spin bays. It would be so cool to see that. And if they could make bays that could somehow switch spin direction just like, I can't remember what the name of it, I think, I can't remember what the name of this Dragon Bay is, but it was able to do that during battle because of the buttons on its layer. So it would be cool if we had things like that. And then bays that had an extension on their driver was another prediction I had. And Slingshot kind of did it, but not as well as I thought it would be. Anyway, I really think these would be real cool things to happen in Beyblade. If you guys agree, leave a comment down below. Which gimmick is your favorite out of the 3 I've said. And then I had this idea where you can add an extra shape to your disc. Like, imagine you have a Beyblade and then you have this extra piece that can attach to the top of it to make it even harder to burst. They did it with Phoenix. But I think it would have been cooler if we had more bays have that gimmick because it was so... I really think it would be real cool to see that. And then, if they made the springs in the bays from now on a little bit more tougher, like in the Absorb. Also, I also think it would be real cool if Takerto made a metal version of Absorb. Yes, it would probably be crappy and real terrible. But it would just be cool just to have that driver anyway, even if it has the worst performance out of every bay when it doesn't burst or go off balance. But when it does stay balanced, it is pretty good and it can outlast a bunch of opponents. And then Beyblade also predicted one of my predictions where you have this little thing in the driver and you flip it basically for a different tip, and they did that design with springing. So a lot of my ideas were made sort of by Beyblades, Hasbro included. So I really have hope that these predictions might become real in the future, probably for the 4th gen. I don't really know what else. Oh, And also, with the tips falling apart, they'd also fall off the driver too. It's like a really, really explosive. Because, like in the anime, the base can be destroyed. And, yeah. And they'd also use parts from the original base sometimes to make the new one. So it would be real cool if we had that, sort of. Because it would really, it would make the customization so wild. Like, let's say 7 disc mixed with the 5 disc, 5-bladed disc or 10-blade, I don't know, mixed with, I guess, 7 and tapered combination. That would be fun to see. I don't know if it would be good or not. 7 seems to be the most used disc in Hasbro, and I kind of like the disc, even though many people hate it. And then, yeah, or like they could do something like this. You could take Evolution, no, you could take Nothing, split it in half, and make it half Absorb and half Nothing, and then take it off and put it on the kick driver, on the old kick driver's attachment, and you could probably create like the most powerful absorbing left speeding bay ever. These are my predictions, and hope you guys like and subscribe. I try to post weekly if I can. Make sure to share, comment, and like. And I will see you guys next time.